Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to So You Think You're Iconic. This is our fifth time recording this episode.
Yeah, and you might think that we are being um like we are over exaggerating, we are not.
We're not.
We've kept track.
This episode is an hour in the making.
It really is. It really is. Like we we have started this episode and it was normal and we talked and then it just evolved from there and we took a break
Mhm,
and I think we're better.
mhm. We recorded a whole nother episode. We were like, maybe it's the link, and I think it was the link.
It might have been because Zoom was really freaking out on us.
Yeah. But we recorded that other episode and there was like no problems.
Yeah, I think there, whenever there was silence though, I was so scared because I'm like, is he talking?
Yeah.
Do I need to make up for the silence? Is he saying something? Is he going to come back and be like mid sentence and then I have to tell him that we have to start over again? Like,
Oh, I would, at that point, I would quit.
yeah. And he, at the beginning of this one, before we even started recording, there was silence and I was saying stuff and I was about to pick up my phone and be like, yeah, this is not happening. When he talked,
Yeah,
he's
I
like, it was just a joke. I'm like, no, we're not even going to joke about this.
played a little pranky prank.
Played the little prank. He got me. He pulled one over on
I
me.
did. I did.
Ha ha
Also I was eating ice cream, which I'm still doing.
Yeah, good for you. You have something to make you feel better.
Yep.
Good for you.
So how was your week, Kelly?
Busy, very busy. We're doing a lot of home improvement stuff, so I've been painting a lot, and we got new carpet, so I literally had to empty out my room and put some things back, and it was a lot. It was a lot. This week was very long and very short at the very same time.
Oh my gosh, this week went by so slow for me.
Really? Yeah.
Like on Wednesday, I was like, it's Thursday, right? No, it was Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was me last week. Like when it was Thursday, I literally thought it was Friday. I'm just all like, it needs to be Friday. Like I feel like it needs to be Friday today.
I hope this week goes by fast.
Me too. I'm not super excited about this week.
I mean, I kind of wanted to go by fast because Jurassic Park comes out this week
Oh,
and I want to
yeah.
see it. So I'm gonna need to hurry up.
True. I want this week to go fast because one of my coworkers is going to be gone this week, and that just means a lot more work for me. And I
Um,
want her to come back.
that sucks.
Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm not looking forward to it.
And we're officially 1 month until my birthday.
Oh my gosh, we are. We'll be on vacation
We'll be on vacation.
in a month.
Can't wait.
Me neither. I'm really hyped.
I haven't
I'm
had a
excited.
haven't had a vacation since my birthday last year.
I was about to
So
say same, but I went out in November. I went on a vacation in November.
yeah, she got to go to Hawaii. My Hawaii trip
Yeah.
got canceled.
I'm still so sad for you, by the
I
way.
mean, it's fine. Hawaiians don't want us there anyway, so
That is true. That is true.
I
That is
guess I'm
true.
fine.
Yeah. No, but you still need to go on your cruises though. You've canceled like 4 cruises.
I mean, I'm going to Costa Rica this summer.
Okay, there you go. There's that.
But yeah,
I'm going
um,
to a wedding in Nebraska, but that's Nebraska.
gross.
Yeah, who wants to
Um,
go to Nebraska?
yeah. As for me this week, we had a what I thought was a construction guy come over to our house. It was actually
Hmm.
a real estate agent. um, I guess they're trying to like figure out whether or not they're gonna sell this house or like try to fix it up. I don't
Hmm.
know what's happening. I'm just here for the ride.
You're just here for the ride. You just need to know whether you need to move out or not.
Hmm. Which like, do I move out, get my own apartment, or are we moving to a different house and I just stay?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out when it happens.
Also, I watched my comfort movies this week.
Okay.
I watched the Resident Evil movies. Well,
Very interesting choice.
the first three are my comfort movies, and then after that, the movies get bad. I mean, the third one isn't that great, but
But you still like it
it's
anyway.
still kind of comforting to me.
Okay. I like
Why?
the games more than the movies.
Why I consider movies about people eating each other comforting? I don't know. That's a discussion I'm going to have with a therapist one
The
day.
therapist, yeah, I'm not qualified for that one.
But there are people who find comfort in horror movies.
Yeah. It's not me. But some
I
people
don't
do.
I don't find comfort in all horror movies. Like I don't like torture. I don't like torture movies.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, I like the first Saw movie, and then after that, it gets like very graphic and gross. So
Would you like to play a game?
yeah. Also, I hate any movie that has cannibalism in it. I can't do it.
Ooh.
Can't do it.
No, thank you.
I tried to watch a movie on Netflix called The Platform, and
Platform.
I was like into it, and then they started doing cannibalism, and I turned it off. I was like, can't do
Ew.
this.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Can't do this. Sorry, but yeah, I love the rest of the first three Resident Evil movies. I watched all of them, but I love the first three.
Oh, I didn't know you did all of them.
Yeah, I watched all of them.
Okay.
I watched them all in like a day.
Oh, jeez.
I spent my entire day watching Resident. I watched Grey's Anatomy, and then once Grey's Anatomy went off,
It was Resident Evil time.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
I also watched Rizzoli and Isles.
Yeah.
Not that great of a show.
I don't remember a lot of it. That was more like my mom's show than me, but I think she liked it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll like continue it, but I watched
Okay.
some of it.
Yeah. You gave it the old college try.
I'll give it a try. That's all that matters.
That is true.
Speaking of try, Kelly, let's talk about a movie where they tried.
They really did try.
They tried, and that might make it worse.
Worse.
But
Yeah.
we'll talk about that as if we go along.
So this week we are doing Abduction.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that's the reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So we start this movie with Nathan and his friends messing around on the road. And by messing around, I mean being a complete menace to society.
Yeah. Nathan is on the hood of someone's car.
Yeah.
Swerving through hills.
And they're going over 70.
Yeah.
At one point.
That could have ended very badly.
Yeah. Yeah. But they survive this.
They do.
And they end up at somebody's party where illegal things are going down. One of his friends, Gilly, makes fake IDs and hands them over to two people at the party. There's underage drinking, whatever.
Yeah, of course, the only black person in this movie is doing illegal things.
Doing illegal things, of course, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then at one point during the party, Nathan and a girl kind of make eye contact, and it gets a little tense when her and her boyfriend walk by. There's almost a fight.
Mm-hmm.
But Billy,
she does the whole
whisper.
Look at me. Look at
me, baby.
It's okay. Let's go.
It's okay. I'm the only one that can talk you through this.
Yeah.
Listen to me. But yeah, that happens. And later that night, Nathan and his friends are drinking and getting drunk. And then he wakes up the next morning without his shirt on the front lawn alone.
Yep.
And he feels bad. So he helps the girl, who's, I guess that's her house, clean up before her parents get there. When his dad drives up to pick him up.
Yep. Let me tell you about this girl.
Mm-hmm.
This girl she's in danger.
She is.
She's like, my parents are going to be here in an hour. The state of that front yard, she's screwed.
She was not going to clean that in an hour.
No. And she had hope, and she still was not going to be able to finish. She was screwed.
Yeah. Like, that girl should have been up at 5 a.m. cleaning, kicking everyone out who was still there.
And the fact that her front yard looked that bad, I can only imagine what the inside of the house looks like.
Right. And then the backyard too.
Mm.
Because there was a full on pool party going on back there.
She will never be able to leave the house ever again.
Yeah, no. Oh, you know what though? She has a get out of jail free card.
What?
She's white.
True.
Yeah, her parents will be like, "Oh, you like messed up our floors, but we'll get we'll just call the cleaners and everything will be fine.
We'll just hire someone to clean it.
Here's a slap on the wrist.
You can't use your phone for a week.
We are cutting off your credit card. No more shopping."
So funny. How did TV like convince me that I was going to get a credit card?
Honestly, though.
When I was in high school.
Honestly,
I thought every parent just gave their children
right or something. Card. Right. How little we knew.
Yeah.
Back at Nathan's house, his dad, Kevin, immediately gets him into, I'm not going to say like boxing practice.
Kickboxing? It looked very...
I'm just gonna say like fighting, because that didn't look like kickboxing either.
I don't know what it was. I know nothing about fighting.
Me neither.
I did karate when I was little. That was it.
I watched my brother do karate, and that's
also his dad is Lucius Malfoy.
Yes, he is.
And
he is.
And his mom is Lil from Coyote Ugly.
Oh my gosh, you're right. She is Lil. Wow. That's so strange.
Such great parents.
Such a good combo.
Such great. Also, his dad, A+ parenting, beating the shit out of your son.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, "Oh, you're drunk and you stayed out past like your curfew or whatever. Let's get to fighting. I'm gonna kick the shit out of you."
Yep.
So yeah, that's basically what happened. So Nathan gets kicked around and he has had enough. So he starts to really fight back against his dad as his mom watches from the inside.
Yeah, she just watches.
She just lets this happen.
Lets this happen.
She kind of like bangs on the window a couple times and like tries to get her husband to like back off, but
she did not try hard enough at all.
She did not. So Nathan eventually kicks his dad down and thinks that it's over, but his dad gets up and the fight continues. Mm-hmm. How neither of them don't end up in the pool, I don't know.
How?
Because they were fighting like right on the edge.
How CPS hasn't been called? I don't know.
True, also true. So Mara, Nathan's mom, goes out and finally ends the fight, but grounds Nathan for staying out all night without, telling them that he wouldn't be back.
And he gets confused and upset over this.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's the least she should have done.
He's like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, You were out all night and didn't tell them where you were, and you were
exactly
drunk.
Right. I would have died for just not letting my parents know I wouldn't be home that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I would have died if they found out I was drinking underage as well. I would have been immediately 6 feet under. Mm-hmm. So how he thinks this is unfair is beyond me.
Rich people problems.
Honestly. So that night at dinner, after dinner, Nathan is cleaning up and he hears Billy and Karen having a fight outside. And they look at each other from across the street after Billy leaves, but neither of them say anything to one another.
No.
Which is weird.
It's very Spider-Man.
It is very Spider-Man. That is true.
If you've seen Spider-Man, you know what I'm talking about. The original Tobey Maguire.
The original Tobey Maguire. Yeah. So the next day, Nathan is with his therapist, Dr. Bennett, and he shows that he is working on his anger issues because at the party the other night, he didn't fight Billy immediately or like try to engage in whatever, which is good for him. Mm-hmm. Good for him. Progress. But he worries about a dream that he's been having where he sees a woman being murdered. Dr.
And they don't
Bennett.
touch on it enough at
They
all.
don't. They don't.
Bad psychiatrist.
Yeah,
She's
like
like, well,
she's
let's not talk about that right now. What?
literally like maybe she's got like a role going on with one of the other things that they're working on, and she's like, these dreams are way too big.
She's like,
We're definitely not going to talk about
she's
that.
like, that's a big picture thing. Like, let's get the edges first. Let's
Yeah,
let's start
yeah,
small. Even
yeah.
though
She's
he's been
like,
going to her for seemingly years.
seemingly years. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like she's like, you're literally throwing yourself in the deep end. You're going to drown. I'm not going to touch that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, she's not concerned about the dreams, and she basically tells him that they mean nothing and lets him go because his time is up. At school, um, I don't know how this school day works, but he basically shows up what looks like at the end of the day
Yeah.
because there's cheer practice going on and like marching band. But him, Gilly, and I don't know what this man's name is.
Doesn't matter.
They say it once at the end of the movie, and it's either Jack or Jake.
Let's say Jake.
Okay, Jake. And they're at wrestling practice, and Nathan really thrives here.
It's actually quite scary how fast
It is very scary.
Person.
Yeah, and it's a good thing that he's working on those anger issues as
but
well.
Honestly, with Taylor Lautner's like build, he was not fighting someone in his weight class.
No.
That guy was way too small for Taylor to be fighting.
Yeah, they set that man up for failure.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, you know what? The guy that was actually in his weight class didn't show up today, so you're the only other guy we've got.
Yeah, we don't want to give him an automatic win, so good luck.
Poor thing. He's in the hospital.
Yeah.
So later, Nathan is watching Karen, and Gilly points out that they've been dancing around one another for a very long time and tells him to do something. And what he does is awkwardly say hi to her as she passes by.
Yeah, it was also at this part of the movie that I realized her name was Karen. Gross.
Yeah, her name is Karen.
Gross.
They could have picked anything else.
Karen is not a high schooler's name.
Right. And
Karen is a 45-year-old woman. Karen is not a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah, and when this movie came out, Karen was not at the top of baby list names.
No.
No, that's not. Mm-mm. So, they're in high school, right?
They're in high school, yeah.
And they're taking a sociology class?
That's what I put. Oh my gosh. That's literally what I put in my notes.
Because I got that they were in high school, and then they were showing a sociology class, and the way the class was set up, I was like, this is a college class.
I was like, why are you taking sociology in high school?
Right. What kind of school is this?
Even if this is a private school, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think the only fancy things with private schools they do is different languages.
Different languages and tech classes.
Yeah, tech classes and they
higher
have
level math. Clubs.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a sociology class.
Not sociology. Sociology is college.
It's definitely a college class. So in sociology, the class is given the assignment to write a 10-page paper, and they are put in pairs to do so. So Nathan and Karen are paired up for the paper. That night, Karen shows up to Nathan's house, basically unannounced.
Was she?
I mean, his reaction made it seem like she was unannounced.
I thought he just waited until the last very second to start cleaning up.
I could believe that.
Ooh, I bet it smelled in that room. I bet it smells so bad.
Yeah, no. And Nathan scrambles to make sure that his room is clean and that he also looks good.
Even though all he did was change his shirt.
Yeah, that does not cover the smell, my man.
No.
You're just dirtying another shirt.
Which, who knows if that shirt was clean?
Oh, it's probably not.
He just picked it up and put it on.
That's probably a day 2 wear.
Yeah.
So Karen and Nathan start to work together, and it's kind of awkward the whole time. And I don't know what their paper is on, but they're looking into missing kids.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah,
What does that have to do with
interesting.
sociology?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Like, what are y'all learning there? And what was your topic? And they start like talking about like their relationship or whatever. Like they're friends. I think it's never talked about. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I get like it's hinted that they were friends as children,
Mm-hmm.
and then they kind of just drifted apart.
Yeah, yeah, but they're like super awkward around each other. Like they've broken up with one another.
Yeah, like they dated and broke up.
Yeah, and it was messy.
Yeah.
But none of that actually happened.
No.
So as they're looking at pictures of missing kids, they find one that kind of looks like him when he was little, and it really freaks them out.
Because it's
So
weird. Because literally
yeah,
right before this, Karen's like, like 230,000 kids or something like that go missing every year. And they happen to find a picture of him.
yeah,
Like, it makes no sense.
immediately,
Immediate,
yeah,
like, this is like their fourth child they've looked at.
yeah. Like what the heck? I feel like if it was that easy to find, you should have found this earlier.
There would be way more stolen children finding themselves
Right,
if
you
this
know what
were
I'm
the case.
saying? So anyway, this really like gets to him, and when Karen leaves, he keeps looking into the missing kid.
Yeah, they
Um,
did no work.
yeah, they did no work. I think they like looked at sources and were like, "That's enough for today."
That's enough for today. She's like, my uncle's coming over. And then he's like,
Yeah,
okay, we can finish up later. I'm like, you didn't even start.
I know. Like, when is this paper due?
He tells his parents tomorrow, but I think that was a lie.
It is definitely a lie. Um, but when he's looking into this little kid, he ages the kid up because it's part of the website, and he freaks out because he thinks it looks like him.
I mean, it kind of
It
looked like
could,
him.
but it looks like he looked into a funhouse mirror
Yeah.
kind of deal. It wasn't like a clear, oh my gosh, that could be me kind
I
of
mean,
deal.
it's not an exact science, but
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll give it that.
we do it better now, but
That's true. That's
still.
true. So Nathan looks through his old childhood clothes and finds the shirt that matches the one in the missing kid picture. As his
Hilarious.
parents, mm,
Also,
as his parents,
if I
yeah,
found out I was a missing child, I feel like I would simply just have to ignore it because my brain would like go into overload and I'd probably have a
yeah,
mental breakdown.
I'd have a mental breakdown.
So I would just have to be like, well, I just have to go into straight denial. I just
Yeah,
nope, that's not me.
yeah, because I'd have to take a groupie sock vacation.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
I wouldn't be able to handle it.
Fortunately for me, a lot of family members were present at my birth, and I looked too much like my parents.
Yeah,
So
I was about to say I'm literally a carbon copy of my mother, so there
so
is no question.
well, I'm good unless my mom got really lucky.
And she just brought witnesses just so
Yeah,
this
yeah.
whole conversation could seem plausible to
She
you.
forced my entire family to lie.
Yeah, yeah. She's got some type of black veil and it's working.
Mhm.
It's working. Good for her. As his parents are making dinner, he goes to leave, but his parents remind him that he can't because he's grounded.
Yeah,
But he lies and says that he's going to go over to Karen's house because they've got a paper due. And they say okay, and that he'll be that to be home by dinner time.
yeah. Even though it's pitch black, when is dinner?
Right, 11.
They're Italian. They don't. They
Oh,
don't. They eat very late.
okay, that makes sense. Of
They're
course.
Italian, Kelley.
Over at Karen's house, Nathan is convinced that he is the missing kid, but she doesn't really believe him until he points out the matching shirt that he owns with the same stain on the shoulder that's in the photo. Nathan and Karen then start talking with the online live chat that's part of the website with the missing kids, which notifies somebody in New York. A man answers a live chat, and when asked, and they go through like a couple of questions, and when the man asks where Nathan lives, he immediately gets suspicious and stops engaging
Because
with the chat.
that's so dumb. What do you mean, where do I live?
Right. That was very sus.
If this was a real thing, they would just be like, contact the police.
Right. Or like, yeah, they would have been like, have you let the police know? Do you know where the kid is? Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
They wouldn't have asked where you live.
Yeah, where do you
specifically.
live? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Also, a camera turns on while he's like group messaging this person. And how did he not notice?
Right.
Look, it was a giant.
It's really obvious on a Mac when the camera turns on.
Yes. Like the camera I have on my work computer and my like regular computer, like you would not be able to tell if the camera turned on, but on a MacBook
you can totally tell. There's a green light and everything, and it's not like one of those like you look away and then like you look back and like the light will turn off because
no, it
the
stays
camera's on. It stays on. It stays on. He would know immediately.
He would know.
So the guy on the live chat does turn on the camera and is looking at Nathan and Karen. And the man calls a man named, I'm going to say this very wrong, Kozlov?
Sure. I don't remember.
Because they say it differently in the movie. Like they don't say the V at the end.
We can say Kozlov.
Okay, Kozlov. Who is in London and sends a picture of Nathan. Karen is ranting to Nathan, but when he notices the camera on the laptop is on, he immediately shuts it.
It's been like 45 seconds.
They've gotten a very good look at you.
And then he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he doesn't even tell her that the camera was on.
He just goes back to like, he's like, oh,
what they were talking about.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, like you were sus enough to close the laptop, but you weren't even gonna say anything about it.
Like if I was like just like doing work and I noticed that my camera turned on, I would freak out.
Yeah, same.
But I wouldn't have to worry about that. I keep camera covers.
Oh yeah. Good idea.
Keep them on.
So Karen tries to explain the picture, and tries to explain it away like he was adopted. But the one question remains, like, who are his parents?
And why is he on a missing children?
And why is he on the missing children's list? So back at Nathan's house at dinner, he's very sus of his parents, and checks like one of the family photo albums and takes his birth certificate out of it. And when he's asked why, he says that he needs it because he lost his ID and he needs a new one.
Yep.
Nathan then brings his baby pictures for Gilly to scan at school the next day, and Gilly notices that one of his old photos has been altered, and it like somebody had been cropped out of it, and he finds it odd that there aren't that many photos of him as a kid.
Okay.
I
mean, some people don't take a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
I don't find it that awkward, but they do.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I'm not going to lie and pretend like there aren't a whole bunch of photo albums in my house, but you know,
yeah.
Some people just aren't photo people.
Yeah, so people just live in the moment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So back at home, Nathan totally avoids his dad. And when his mom walks in on him with the missing kid photo and all the stuff on his bed, when he asks, she does admit that she isn't his mother.
Okay, so he asked her, "Are you my mother?" And I wrote down, "I love that book."
Also, I love how fast she folds.
Yeah, she just immediately is like, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah, like this is a top secret mission that she's been on for, let's say, years. 16, 17 years. And that's what breaks her?
Yeah, him asking.
Him just straight, like, curiously asking if she's his mother.
Like, she didn't have something prepared for this moment?
Right, like, they should have. They really should have. So Mara says, like, not to judge her or his dad, Kevin, and she apologizes and says that she can only do this if Kevin is there too, because he's a part of it. So Nathan gets a call from Karen, and she says that she's coming over after he says that his mom has admitted that she is not his mom. Mara is
why would you come over? Like, they obviously need private time.
They need privacy, right? She wants the gossip, dude. She's just here for the tea.
She loves drama.
She really does. Like, maybe Nathan needs support, but like not right now, maybe later.
Come over later after they've talked.
Yeah, after everyone has cleared the air and everybody knows what's going down, maybe come alone, come after. Samara is crying in the living room as Kevin is in the garage when two men show up at the door to question Nathan. She gets really suspicious of them, and when she tries to close the door, they barge in, and she fights them off. Karen is now at the back of the house and sees a man fly out of the window, and all of this commotion causes Kevin and Nathan to come out. Karen then watches as Mara gets shot to death, and Nathan sneaks out of his house as Kevin gets a gun and fights off one of the men as the other searches for Nathan.
Kevin. He put up less of a fight than his wife did.
Yeah, Mara really kicked ass.
Mara almost killed them. And then Kevin was struggling.
Yeah, and he had a gun.
And he was struggling.
Yeah, like that man should have been shooting a lot more than like fist fighting. Or he should have just gotten rid of the gun so he could just fist fight, which he looks to be better at.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kevin kills one of the men as Nathan comes to the front of the house, and Kevin tells him to run as he is shot by the second man that was searching for Nathan. And when he turns and runs away, he gets like halfway down the street and remembers that Karen is at his house. So the second man has found Karen.
Did he see Karen? Did he see Karen?
No, he did not. She was at the back of the house.
So how did he know she was there?
I don't know.
Like, that made no sense. But
I get that she said that she was coming over, but I feel like if you didn't see her, she wasn't there.
She wasn't there.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
So the second man has got Karen at gunpoint, but Nathan comes in and totally fights him off.
And this man is literally going to murder her, and he tells her this. Like, he has the gun to her head. He's like, "It's fine, it won't hurt." And I'm like, "Yeah, just shoot me." Like,
don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it.
Don't describe it to me, dude.
Don't give me a countdown. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I don't need it. So Nathan goes to question the man, but when he says that there is a bomb in the oven, they're dumb and they go to check if it's really there.
Yeah, instead of just leaving. I'm like, cool, so I'm leaving.
And they run out before it can explode, and they hide in the pool from the blast.
Yep, moral of the story. If your house explodes, you need a pool or you're dead. This message has been brought to you by your local neighborhood pool installer.
Yes. Pool sales after this episode.
Pool sale. I'm getting into pool sales, you guys. I'm quitting my current job and I'm getting into pool sales.
So they come out of the water and leave before the cops can show up. We then see Kozlov at the airport going through customs and into the US. Nathan and Karen are on his bike, but he notices that she's been injured, so he decides to take her to the emergency room as Kozlov and his men are getting ready to do what? I don't know, but they're standing in a hotel lobby.
They're looking for him. They need to find out where he is.
I know, but that whole scene was so awkward. It was literally them just going through the spinning doors of a hotel room and standing in the lobby. So at the hospital, Kevin calls 911 and reports that his parents are dead, and that he is at a hospital and he is put on hold.
Hilarious.
I know, that was so funny to me. Yeah, my parents are dead. Okay, thank you. Can you hold for 2 seconds? Can you please hold? Yeah, I just need 2 seconds. Thank you. A newsreel then comes on and says that his house was empty when it exploded, when the call comes back online. And it is Frank Burton from the CIA who is on the line with him, and they tell him to wait for help from two CIA agents that are on their way. But he gets really suspicious of that because they knew his name and the CIA are involved with his parents. So he's like, well, what the heck?
Yeah.
Kozlov's men have heard the whole conversation somehow.
That makes literally no sense. How are
Yes.
how are they locking onto a landline signal?
Yeah, it's a public phone
Like that makes
in a hospital.
that makes no sense how they caught onto that call.
Right. Like, how did they know that Nathan was at a hospital and to plug into
Yeah,
that specific phone line?
exactly. So one of two things has to happen. They somehow knew he would show up to this hospital and make a call, or they were somehow tracking the CIA's calls.
But the CIA got involved like a minute ago.
Yeah, so it makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
Also, it makes no sense because the CIA is not supposed to operate within the United States.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're supposed to operate in different countries. They're not supposed the FBI operates within the United States and the CIA operates outside of the country. What's happening?
Yeah, it's all very sus and confusing.
It makes no sense.
Yeah. But anyway, Kozlov now has the location of Nathan. Nathan then searches for Karen in the hospital as Dr. Bennett shows up and says she was a friend of his real father, Martin. And when she goes to get him out, he says that he has to go back for Karen when she announces that Kozlov is there somehow. They literally just found his location 3 minutes
ago.
Exactly. Bennett then spots Kozlov and one of his men. And Nathan and Karen and her have to run out to the parking garage. But the CIA catch them on one of the cameras in the parking garage. The CIA are now on their tail because somehow Kozlov and the CIA are everywhere.
Yeah.
And Bennett explains that she is one of his washers, as were Mara and Kevin, his not real parents, and that they can't trust Burton, the CIA guy.
Yeah.
Nathan and Karen are given a safe house to go to, and she gives them instructions on where to go and to only trust two people, Martin Price and Paul Rosman.
Yeah. Kelley.
Yes.
If I'm ever out with you and you start being chased by people like while we're together,
yeah,
leave me.
Understandable.
I'm not doing all of this with you.
Yeah, I would not expect you to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I wouldn't expect you to do it for me either.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. I was gonna ask.
Love that we're on the same accord.
Yeah, like I love and support you, but
I'm not running from the CIA.
Yeah.
With you.
Yeah. I'm sending my thoughts and prayers, my man, but you were on your own.
I mean, if I did run from the CIA, I would do it better than they did, but that's a story for another day.
That's actually part of our other TED Talk that we're doing.
How to run from the CIA.
How to run from the CIA. How to effectively run away from the CIA. You've heard of our other ones.
Be in the United States because they don't operate in the United States.
Yeah. So Nathan says he wants answers, but Bennett says that they've run out of time and that they have to jump from the car. When Karen starts to freak out, which is very understandable. But they are forced to jump out of the car and run.
Yeah, Karen is dumb. She could have stayed.
She could have stayed.
What's the doctor's name?
Bennett.
Bennett gave her an out. She was
like, she really did.
She was like, leave the girl.
She really did.
And he took her anyway.
Yeah, that was his fault.
His fault.
So Bennett crashes her car to draw the CIA away from their trail and the police's attention, as Karen and Nathan go through a river to hide their tracks. On the other side, Nathan steals blankets from a nearby camp, and he and Karen pick a spot to sleep for the night.
Yep, and then we're just going to ignore the fact that Karen hurt her arm in the explosion.
Yeah, she's totally fine now.
Totally fine. It's never going to be brought up again.
It will not. She has full range of her arm. There is no pain.
No,
what a miracle.
Perfectly fine.
The next day, Nathan says that he has to take Karen home, Which, if he was just going to do that in the first place, why didn't he just leave her?
Yeah, should have just left her.
Yeah. But she says that she won't be safe because she's like an accomplice now or something, and that they're not only after him now. I don't know.
Which is not true at
It's
all.
not true.
If you don't know where he is, you're useless to them. So just go home.
He says that he's trying to protect her, but she says that she is staying. At the CIA, Burton gives the latest intel from Martin Price's recent mission, where he obtained a list of 25 names that have sold state secrets that was stolen from Kozlov, who wants it back. Martin is revealed to be Nathan's dad, and that Kozlov was the one who put a hit out for Mara and Kevin. Nathan was discovered by Kozlov from a fake missing persons post, and that if he is found by him, there will be a lot of trouble because he'll be used as a bargaining chip. Nathan and Karen are then picked up by a trucker who is going to take them to Virginia, where the safe house is. Burton, back at the CIA, wants information on Nathan and Karen and all of their friends so that they can try and find them, and to see if they can find information on where Kozlov currently is.
And they never do, even though he's not being conspicuous at all.
No, he's not. He literally went through customs.
Maybe this is why the CIA doesn't work in America. They're not good at it.
Nathan and Karen then end up at the safe house with supplies as Nathan checks out the place. He finds money, a gun, a pile of pictures and notes, and a phone, which from the get-go we can already tell has the 25 names on them. It looks like it's literally the screensaver.
Yes.
On the flip phone. Like, dude, he opens the phone and like there's the exact like infographic or whatever that they used at the intel briefing at the CIA. Yeah. But he doesn't know this yet.
No.
So
he doesn't. He's never told at this point why he's being chased.
Yeah, so he has no idea.
So he doesn't know. So I'll let that slide.
Yeah, we'll let it slide for now. So while he's looking through the photos and things, he finds a picture of Lorna Price and an address on the inside of a card for her. Nathan believes that this woman is his mother because he remembers her.
Yeah. Somehow.
Nathan then believes that this is Martin Price's place, and when Karen goes to call her uncle on the phone with the intel on it.
Yeah, why is she using a cell phone?
Yeah. Why she ever thought that she could call her uncle in the first place.
Yeah. What's she even going to tell him?
Right. I'm on the run.
Yeah, I'm on the run. Don't ask me where I am.
Yeah. I can't tell you anything more while this phone call is being tracked.
Yeah.
But instead of her uncle, she gets Burton. And Kozlov is obviously listening somehow.
Yeah, because he like I said, he just taps into everything.
Yeah. He's got like hundreds
of
men listening to every phone conversation.
Like I told you, he has to be somehow tracing the CIA's calls. That's the only way it makes sense.
Yeah, it has to. Because that would make sense for this phone call, but not the other phone call.
Yeah.
So Nathan hears that Burton is on the phone and he immediately hangs up. Nathan and Karen then take the car and drive to the address for Lorna and end up at a cemetery.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a storage container because it was like G723 or something like that. And I was like, storage container. Nope, cemetery.
Yeah. Nope, it's a cemetery.
Cemetery.
Also, how did he know that was a plot number?
I don't know. I guess he like put two and two together. Like they came to a cemetery.
I guess, yeah.
Plot number.
Yeah, that makes sense. And at the grave, Nathan mourns his real and fake mother when Karen notices that the flowers on the grave are fresh. So they go to the receptionist and she gets the man at the desk to look up where they came from.
And he does it.
And he does it, yeah.
He just gives out this information to these strangers.
Like it's nothing.
Yeah.
So they learn that the address is in Omaha for a Paul Rasmus, which was the only other person that they could trust. The CIA and Kozlov get the hit about the Lorna Price search as Nathan and Karen make their way to get help. Nathan and Karen then meet with Gilly to get fake IDs for multiple states for some reason.
Yeah.
And say that if they ever need help, that he'll do it. He'll help them no matter what, which is very brave of you, Gilly.
Yeah. How did they get in contact with Gilly?
Exactly.
Seemingly every other time they pick up a phone and try to call someone, like the CIA.
Kozlov and Burton know. Exactly.
Yeah. But when they contact Gilly,
it's
no
so
one
funny
knows.
because like Burton wanted to know all the information about his friends too. Like Gilly should be under surveillance right now.
Yeah, Gilly even mentions that like they came by his house.
Mm-hmm.
So they just talked to you and then left you alone and
yeah. He probably literally just said, I haven't seen him for a while, and they're like, okay, bet.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you for your time.
See you later. You're not lying, right? No.
Right, yeah,
cool.
You're not gonna go see them later, right? So one of Kozlov's men finds the car that Nathan and Karen were in as they both board an Amtrak train to Omaha.
Oh my gosh, Amtrak.
Amtrak.
The last time I rode an Amtrak train, we were on our DC, New York, whatever trip. And then, like, the week we got back on the same route we took, a train flipped over. And our history teacher showed us.
Yes, he did, didn't he? My gosh.
Like, that wasn't traumatizing at all. He just showed us.
Right. Like, literally a week later, he's like, hey, guys, this is interesting. Let's look at this. And we're like,
as if it was some sort of fun fact.
Right. Like, people died,
Some people died. We don't even know this.
Yeah, we don't. We were literally there. It's okay.
I'm 17. I don't need to know this.
Right. So Nathan and Karen get to their room on the train, and for some reason she picks now to ask why he never asked her out.
Yeah.
And he says he thought it was just a summer fling. And then she asks if they are going to die, and then he says that he won't let that happen. And then they proceed to make out.
Ridiculous.
Why does this need to happen? Why does this always happen in these kind of movies? Like, I just
maybe
need
it's
to know.
like to appeal to women somehow. I don't know.
What?
I'm making stuff up, Kelley. Like,
yeah, I know. Because I'm literally just here for the action. Give me John Wick action with the guns and stuff like that, and like I'm more than happy.
That's a franchise I still have not watched. I have not watched a John Wick movie.
You haven't seen a John Wick movie?
No, and there's like 3 of them now,
yeah,
and I haven't seen a single one.
They're really good. You should watch them.
Okay.
The gun action on it, amazing.
Okay, I watched John Wick. You watch Batman.
Okay, a trade-off. I see you.
Yeah.
So Karen then leaves to go get food after that. And Kozlov's man, who's on the train, gives him an update on where they are. Karen gets food, but she is grabbed on her way back to the room by the guy that is following them, which this man does not have a name, by the way.
Yeah, he's also bad at his job. He's trying to be like conspicuous, but then like
he's not.
He like takes her in the middle of this hallway.
Like she's screaming.
She's screaming. Anyone could have seen this.
Yeah.
She dropped her tray, which was like very loud. Like someone could have noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
He could have did a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then he left the tray there.
Yeah, and when he like watches them get on the Amtrak train, he's literally to the side of them.
He's to the side.
He didn't even try to hide.
He didn't try to hide like within the line and like peek out every once in a while. He's just like on the side.
Literally behind them. This man needs to be fired.
Yeah.
So Karen is then asked for the room number at gunpoint. And when she doesn't give it, he threatens to chop one of her fingers off. But when she's taken too long to come back, Nathan leaves the car to go look for her. And when Kozlov gets to their car, their room, if he finds it empty. On his way back, Nathan notices
Karen's a snitch.
Karen is a snitch.
Karen's a snitch.
Yeah. She wasn't ready to lose one of her fingers.
He was just gonna cut off like a ring finger. You don't need a ring finger.
Yeah, it's fine. You've got 9 others.
Yeah, you're fine.
But he notices that somebody is in the room. So Nathan and the man fight, and he eventually pushes him out of the train as Karen shows up after freeing herself. They then leave the room as the train is stopped because the conductor noticed that a guy had fallen out of the train.
Yeah, as one would.
As one would. And him and Karen both leave the train to like start walking again.
Yeah, it was at this point in the movie that I realized they still have not changed their clothes. Like, they're still wearing the same clothes. I'm like, you guys are really bad at this. It's like they've never watched a spy movie ever.
They haven't tried to alter their appearance in any way.
Like, first off, Karen is walking around with her terrible highlights.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They're still wearing the same clothes they were when everyone saw them the first time.
Yeah. They haven't tried to like stay out of the camera views wherever they go.
No, they haven't been looking for cameras and like trying to dodge them or anything.
Mm-mm. They haven't been wearing hats and glasses to like cover their face at least a little bit.
No. I bet you they're like fake passports and stuff still had their real names on them.
I'd believe that. I'd believe it. So Burton is immediately on the scene somehow. And sends people out to find Nathan and Karen.
Yeah.
Nathan then understands that Kevin was so hard on him to prepare him for what was coming, which was, I guess, this.
Yeah, this.
So Nathan and Karen are then spotted because they're walking out in broad freaking daylight.
Yeah, they got caught so easily because, like we said earlier, they were doing everything wrong.
Yes. So they are caught by Barton and the CIA. And he asks them, why are you running?
Why are you running?
Why are you running? Nathan then questions Burton's intentions, but decides to trust him. They are then taken to a diner for food as the CAA surround like the 2 miles surrounding this diner.
Yeah. I think that was their downfall. Like, they were way too far away.
Yeah, they were way too spread out. And they weren't even trying to hide it.
They were very visible on the top of all of those.
Very visible. So Nathan and Burton talk alone, and they talk about Kozlov and Martin and Lorna Price. He learns that he was put into protection because his father wasn't sure he would be able to care for him after his mother died. Kozlov and his men are in the area now, and they snipe out most of the CIA protection.
Yeah, they're so bad at their jobs.
So bad.
Like a whole bunch of men, like 6 men, are like on the rooftops, and they don't notice them.
Nope.
And I'm like, why are you even up there then? Like, what are you
right?
doing?
Like, so were you there just for fun or what?
And then the people on the ground don't notice that
they were even worse.
Missing either. It's so bad.
Mm-hmm. So Barton then explains the gravity of the situation to Nathan. And he explains that Kozlov wants to use Nathan as leverage to get the list of names back. Nathan asks about the lists and finds out that he's had it the whole time on the phone from Martin's place. And he guesses that Burton's name is on it as well, as Kozlov then shoots up the diner.
Yep.
There's a shootout, and Nathan and Karen run out of the back and steal a car to get away.
Yep,
Nathan
okay. Loved how Burton and whatever his sidekick's name is, how they're like fake dead and like killed everyone who came in. Also, Nathan and Karen, them leaving the diner is like the smartest thing they've done this entire movie.
Honestly, though.
But then they immediately do the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. They take the assassin's phone with them.
Yeah, and they answer a phone call on it.
The assassin from the train. They take his phone, and then they answer a phone call they get from it. They're so dumb.
Yeah. The fact that they didn't look through it at all for any kind of information and then got rid of it.
Yeah, you immediately look through it, get any information you can, and then you toss the phone somewhere.
You toss it. Because if you haven't figured it out by now, every phone call you've made has been tracked. Jeez, guys. So, as we said, the phone that from one of Kozlov's men goes off. and it's a phone call from Kozlov himself, who is asking for the list and threatens to kill his friends, Karen's friends, and her parents. Um, so Nathan then arranges a drop with Kozlov for the list.
Mhm.
Kozlov's hideout has then been discovered by the CIA. Jeez.
CIA. Yes.
Yes. And they find out that Nathan is meeting with Kozlov to hand the list over.
Also, Burton has all of those like mercenaries killed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't keep one of them alive for
Right,
information
to interrogate.
to like find out where Kozlov went. Like you just killed all of them.
Right. Like, sure, you have all of the information in front of you now, but
But
what
you
are
have
you
to
gonna do with
decipher it.
it? Yeah, what are you gonna how are you gonna read it? It's like
Like,
this is this man's first mission or something. Jeez.
yeah, it's bad.
It is
It's looking
bad.
bad.
So Nathan and Karen then meet with Gilly again
Yep.
and gets a
Unnoticed.
bag
I
unnoticed
noticed again.
and gets a bag of supplies and the pirates tickets that he mentioned earlier in the movie, which I did not mention.
it's it's insignificant. It doesn't
it
matter.
kind of is. It's what is it? It's a this is a clue that will be used later on in the Also, I don't know why this is funny to me, but like Burton is stuck in traffic
Oh yeah, he is.
on the way to the
Because
Pirates Stadium.
apparently there's a lot of Pirates fans.
Yes, there isn't really.
Yeah, but yeah.
But yeah, and it's so funny to me that like they're just like they're on a really time sensitive and serious mission, but they have time to sit in
And they're just sitting in like
traffic.
you don't have like sirens or something. Also,
Right.
do you think the Pirates paid for this advertisement or did they just get quote I'm gonna say quote lucky because this movie flopped?
I have a movie fact on that, so I'll let you know
Okay.
later.
Okay. Great. Love that.
Yes. So Burton is on traffic on the way to the stadium as Nathan and Karen show up to the game. Once inside the stadium, Nathan gets a call from Martin, who tells him to get out of the stadium and that Kozlov will kill him. But Nathan says he doesn't want to listen and hangs up.
Martin is
Kozlov,
useless.
yeah,
Like the plan is already in motion. Like
yeah, like let
you're too
him
late.
live.
Like you're too
Yeah,
late.
you have nothing to do with this, dude.
Yeah.
Either show up and take over or don't do anything.
Yeah. Either be here or be square. You know how it
Right.
goes.
So Kozlov and his men are at the park when Nathan calls and tells him that his ticket is at the bottom of the statue that's outside of the park.
No one noticed that ticket.
Nobody noticed him put the ticket there.
No one noticed it being there.
Right. As Kozlov goes to take the ticket, Karen takes pictures of him from afar and texts them to Nathan so he knows who he is.
Yeah.
Also, this was taken on a flip phone from a very
Flip phone.
far away.
Yep.
It would not have been that clear.
No.
I'm just going to say that right now.
What year did this movie come out? Did they even still have flip phones?
I think it was in that like transition year.
Oh,
where
okay.
like it was still like you could still see them.
Okay.
Oh.
But
Oh. We're doing 2011 movies all around, so this is a 2011 movie.
I feel like there were not flip phones in 2011.
I feel like it was like a 60-40 split. There were more like smarter phones than like flip phones.
I feel like by 2011 I had my BlackBerry, which don't ask.
No, but Jordan, in 2011 I had the slide up phone with the keyboard.
Ooh, fancy.
Ooh, I begged for that phone.
I had one of those in elementary school.
I really wanted that phone. Before that, I had to share a pink razor with my brother.
I bet he was happy about that.
Oh yeah, of course. But anyway, Kozlov then enters the park as Karen goes to wait in the car with Gilly, who is still there, by the way. He's
still there.
He has decided to be part of this mission now.
Yeah.
Burton has also shown up to the game as Nathan and Kozlov meet, and the CIA starts searching for Nathan. At their seats, Nathan grabs a gun that is somehow under his seat.
Yeah.
Like, how did he get that in first off? And he created like a little holster for it underneath the chair.
Yeah. A lot of planning that we didn't see.
Yeah. As Kozlov asks for the list. Kozlov then tells Nathan the truth about his parents. And while he's listening, Nathan stupidly puts the gun back underneath the chair. And Kozlov admits to killing his real mom. And that the dream that he's been having of the woman's murder was actually a memory of Kozlov killing his mother. And Nathan was there the whole time hiding underneath the bed.
Yeah, I was I was a little confused. Mm-hmm. Just a smidge, just a tiny little bit.
Okay.
Was that canister poison or was it not poison? I was a little because Kozlov put it on her face and then she took it off of her face and she gave it to
the kid,
to Nathan.
Yeah.
So was it poisoned or not?
I honestly don't know. I mean, there was no I felt
smoke.
Like it wasn't.
There was like no smoke in the room.
I mean, there was smoke at one point where she was like really coughing, and then he puts the thing on her face.
Yeah, I was very confused.
But then Nathan puts it on his face, and he's fine.
And he's fine. So I don't know, Kelley. I don't know.
Yeah, it was confusing. Either way, she dies.
Either way, she's dead. But yeah, very confusing.
So with that revelation, Nathan reaches for the gun once again and finds that Kozlov now has it instead.
It made no sense how he got that gun.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he didn't lean down and grab it.
It was on like the other side. Like he
would have had to reach between Nathan's legs to get it.
Yeah, to get it. And Nathan's hand wasn't that far away from the gun. Like his hand was still kind of near it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
It made no sense.
But anyway, Nathan goes to run away, which the CIA finally notices. Nathan runs from Kozlov and looks for Martin.
Yeah.
As Kozlov goes to shoot Nathan out in the parking lot, Nathan stops and turns around, and Kozlov is then sniped by Martin, who is hiding in a parking garage across the street.
Yeah. Kozlov was somehow able to keep up with a teenager.
Yeah.
This old man was able to keep up with a teenager.
Who doesn't look to be that much in shape.
No. I mean, they kind of helped it by giving Nathan this
his leg thing.
Injury.
Yeah.
But he was still keeping up with him before that.
Yeah, so I don't know. Nathan then gets a call as Burton shows up. Burton asks for the list, and Nathan hesitates. Oh, wait, what did I skip something?
I don't think so.
Okay. So Burton is asked for the list because he took the phone from Nathan, and he hesitates to give it over. But Hudson, I don't know what position he holds in the CIA, but it seems to be high.
It's a higher, higher position.
Already knows that Burton is on the list because Martin has told him.
Yeah.
Martin calls again on the phone, and Burton gives the phone to Nathan. Martin says that he and Karen are protected and apologizes for not coming up sooner.
Mm-hmm. And we get kind of a glimpse of him.
Yeah.
I know the actor.
So do I.
But they don't really show his face. And even Nathan's real parents don't look like him.
Yeah, no.
So it's very weird.
Where did this kid come from?
Where'd he come from?
Yeah. When Nathan asks to meet Martin, he says he can't because of the risk, but Nathan promises that he'll find him because he's the only family that he has left.
What risk? They already caught the bad guy.
I don't know. Maybe it's one of those, you're my son, and if somebody finds out and you get hurt, I won't know what I'll do.
A lot of people already know.
Yeah, right. Like the secret isn't well kept anymore. You said only
Yeah,
4 people knew of his real identity. Well, the
a lot
whole
of
CIA now
the whole
knows.
CIA knows now.
Jeez. Well, and Karen now.
Yeah, and who else?
So,
Gilly
I
knows.
mean, Gilly kind of knows what's going on. I wouldn't be
Um,
surprised if he knows the full thing.
if any of Kaslov's like people are alive, they know.
Yeah, they know. Yeah, so it's not a secret
It's not
anymore.
really a secret anymore.
Mm-mm.
Go hug your son.
Yeah,
Stop being a deadbeat dad.
yeah. He just wants to be a deadbeat dad.
He just wants to be a deadbeat.
Yeah,
Just say that.
yeah. Just say that and go, dude. Nathan then catches a glimpse of Martin, but disappears as the phone call ends. Karen and Nathan then are reunited and hug as Bennett shows up. I love how they like alluded that Bennett died, but she's been alive this whole time.
No, they kind of told us that she was alive.
Did they? When?
Yeah. When Burton was like talking to some CIA people, he was like, "Yeah, we found her car, but we didn't find anyone in it."
Oh, okay. Maybe he was talking too fast for me.
They just didn't want to pay Sigourney Weaver.
She was too expensive.
She was too expensive. They were like, we can pay you for like a week's worth of work.
She's like,
okay.
they're like, we've got 3 scenes max. So
She was like, fine. I have a couple of days off I can take.
right. She's like, it's okay, I guess. So Bennett asks how he is doing, and Nathan says that he is fine. And she says that he will live with her for the rest of his high school career and then, do whatever he wants after that. She then apologizes and says that he should hold on to Karen because she's now suddenly a very, very good girl to keep like around. I don't know.
Yeah, even though she was a little bit of a hindrance this entire movie, but whatever.
Anyway,
she didn't help that much. But
she
also, they ignore Nathan's leg.
Yeah, he's fine now.
He's fine now. He has a little bit of a limp, but he's fine.
Yeah.
And Karen's parents are probably gonna like shit a brick. Like she's
Oh,
been gone for like 2 days.
Also, they're gonna come home from Italy and find that their neighbor's house has been blown up.
Yeah.
That she's been held at gunpoint multiple times. That she hasn't checked in with her uncle in days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
much trouble. Also, what are they gonna say about Nathan's parents? Because they already said that no one was in the explosion.
Right. So are they just going to die on their trip? Because they said they were out of town.
You're just going to be like, oh, they died while they were out of town.
Oh, jeez. Probably. Back in the empty park, though, Nathan and Karen are there and they talk. And he admits that he wasn't ready to date her whenever they had their little summer fling when they were younger, but he is ready to be with her now.
Yep.
And that's the end of the movie.
That's the end of the movie. Also,
that's literally the end of the movie.
Also, I noticed something. I don't know if you noticed it. When they were like walking back towards the park.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan was limping on the wrong foot. He hurt his right foot. And he was limping on his left.
Oh my gosh. I'm dead.
So yeah.
That's
I'm
hilarious.
not even like an editor or anything. And I noticed that. So the fact that
continuity error.
No one caught that is very strange.
Are you ready for the movie facts?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so there's not too many. So we love nepotism.
Yeah, so great. Love it.
Do you want to know who the producer of this movie was?
Lily Allen's father.
Taylor Lautner's dad.
Oh. Who's Taylor
Dan Lautner.
Dad? Who's he?
I have no idea, but he was the producer for this movie.
He does stuff?
I guess so. I have no idea. When I saw that, I was like, what the heck?
Well, okay. I'm all here for nepotism.
Yes, we are. I think he's only produced
this
Abduction. Yeah, he has. That's the only thing he's produced, Abduction.
Maybe he's not an nepotism baby and he just threw his dad a bone.
Oh.
He was like, Merry Christmas, Dad. You're a producer.
He's all like, yeah, happy Father's Day. This movie that I just got signed on to needs a producer. And I know you like projects, so
Yeah.
here you go. Here's a movie. Um, so you asked about the filming at the Pirates Stadium.
Yes.
So the chase scene at PNC Park was filmed on August 22nd, 2010, during an actual game against the Mets, where the Pirates won 2-1. But John Singleton wanted to film a chase scene there, which was not in the script.
I'm sorry, John who?
Singleton?
What's John Singleton doing?
I don't know.
What does John Singleton have to do with this movie?
I don't know. Did he not direct it?
John Singleton is the director of this movie?
Yes.
Poetic Justice, John
Poetic
Singleton?
Justice, John Singleton.
Boys in the Hood, John Singleton?
Boys in the Hood, John Singleton. Yes.
John. R.I.P. John. John.
This was the last movie he directed.
John.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
How the mighty have fallen. Whoa.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
He literally left movie directing to go to television after that.
I mean,
yeah.
John.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Sorry, Jordan.
Oh, wow.
He went from directing Boys in the Hood that got a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes to directing Abduction that got a 5%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he not read the script?
I'm sorry.
My brain just like reset. Wow.
I'm sorry to ruin your world like this.
Wow.
I'm sorry I had to be the one to do it.
Wow. I can't say anything else. Just wow.
Sorry.
Okay. But
yes, he directed this and he wanted to film a chase scene at PNC Park. So him and a small crew and Taylor Lautner went to this game and filmed it during the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Pirates were an unfortunate add-on to this movie.
They got quote unquote lucky. Got it.
Yes.
Cool.
So this film was fast-tracked to accommodate Taylor Lautner's schedule for the filming of the Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn Part 1 and Part 2, which were shot back to back.
I was about to say he's barely in Part 1. I was about to say, I was like, he's in like 2 scenes in Part 1.
Yeah, so they literally filmed Abduction. He filmed Abduction and then Part 1 and Part 2 of Breaking Dawn.
Okay.
Yeah, so they had to get everything done.
They fast-tracked. Okay, that's why it's so bad. Got it.
Yes. I'm sorry, John Singleton.
They couldn't fix any of the mistakes. They didn't have time.
No,
got it.
They did not. It. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Are you ready for the question? Is this iconic or not?
No, and it's not even. it's not even bad iconic. It's just bad.
It's just bad. It's not a movie I'd go for again.
And what makes it worse is they tried on this movie.
They did. I feel like the effort was there.
Like they legitimately tried and they still failed this hard. And the cast they have is ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
I bet none of them ever want to bring up this movie.
Also, I feel like a lot of things were cut from this movie.
Yeah, like story points are cut, obviously.
Yeah, because what's up with Kozlov and his men and having to tap into every phone call?
Yeah.
What's the story with
the parents?
The parent Martin and whatever the mom's name is. I
No, no,
can't
not
even remember
them.
now.
The other parents,
Oh,
like
the other. Oh,
Kevin
yes,
and
that's true too.
what's up with them?
Also, why is this movie called Abduction if he was put into witness protection?
Yeah, he wasn't abducted.
Uh,
Weird.
yeah.
And also, how come the CIA is letting these if they're trying to hide him, how come they keep letting these fake missing
Sites. Yes.
sites stay up?
Also, how did they get that picture?
Yeah, how did they get that
How
picture?
did they get that picture? Somebody answer these questions.
Why did he still have his clothes from when he was a child?
Yes, if they're trying to hide the past, how did all of this stuff get out there?
Weird. And
Also, I'd like
they kept his real
they
name. I think that's
yes,
the funniest
they
thing of this
kept
entire thing.
it.
They kept
What
his
the
real
heck?
name and they couldn't find him somehow. That's insane.
Um, can I get the John Singleton cut of this movie?
Well,
Because
John
I know
Singleton is unfortunately dead. So
I know, but like I'm sure there's a different version of this somewhere.
I don't think it would be better.
You don't think
I
so?
don't think so.
You don't
Because
want the redemption for John Singleton?
not only is like the like movie itself bad, the acting is horrid,
Yeah.
like awful.
Yeah.
They I'm sure like if it wasn't for Twilight, they never would have cast Taylor Lautner in this role.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think they only did it to like propel him into like an action star or something.
Also, why did they have to be in high school?
Don't know.
I feel like college would have made more sense.
Yeah, would have, but whatever.
Whatever.
But yeah, not iconic at all.
Yeah, no. Sorry, Abduction.
I don't ever need to watch this movie again. I've seen this movie once before. And then when Kelley was like, let's watch Abduction, like it was out of my mind. Like I was like, what's Abduction?
And I only said I wanted to watch it because it came up on one of the streaming services I have. I was like, oh, Abduction.
What did I watch it on? I think I watched it on HBO Max.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm never watching this again.
Okay, Jordan, what are your recommendations for this week?
Okay, I have two. My first one is Water Runs Dry by Boys to Men.
Okay.
Great breakup song. So good. So good.
No, neither of us went through a breakup.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I technically went through a breakup, but I was like in the 6th grade. So don't think that really counts.
It's still fresh. It still hurts. Yes, I am in my 20s. That's fine.
I did the breakup, so like I'm Boys to Men in this situation.
That's why he relates.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's why the song really gets to me.
It really hits, yeah.
My second song is a love song. It's My All by Mariah Carey, which I just found out.
Yes.
Just found out the song is about Derek Jeter, which
what the heck, wow. Derek Jeter?
Like I found out that several of my favorite Mariah Carey songs are about Derek Jeter. This song, The Roof. Sorry, why did I say room? The Roof. So weird.
Yeah, it's very they're beautiful songs.
Beautiful songs.
And then you put a face to that song, and you're like, huh.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when that one Doja Cat song came out. What's that song? And it was for her then current boyfriend, who was a streamer on Twitch, which was a skinny, scrawny white guy. What is that song called?
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh, wait. It was Streets.
Streets. Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Good for him.
Yes. And there's like a line in there that's like, there's like no other man but you. And everyone was like, Doja, it's a white man. They're everywhere.
If you walk outside, you'll find five of them.
Yeah. They're out there, girl. It's not like they're.
But yeah, I want to know. I want to know what's going on with Derek. Derek, what you got going on that you inspired such lovely songs?
Also, did you know Derek Jeter? Did you know?
I think she was famous by then.
These were for you. I know, but did he know that they were for him?
Oh, I'm sure he had like an inkling. At least
Okay.
I bet he was like, at least one of these songs has to be about me.
Oh, okay. All right. Can I be that? I want
Yeah,
that.
I want that.
I want that, please.
I want that.
I want to be somebody's Derek Jeter. Someone be my Mariah Carey.
Someone be my Mariah Carey, not Taylor Swift.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Even
I
though
mean,
Mariah
no.
Carey can write a diss track.
She can.
Have y'all heard Obsessed? That's
Ooh,
about
what
Eminem.
a banger, bro! What a banger!
Great song.
But I will say, if Taylor Swift had to write a song about me, can I be Taylor Lautner in that one? Because she actually apologizes to him in that song.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I'm not really a Taylor Swift
Back to
person.
December.
Never heard it.
That's a good song.
No, never heard it.
Anyway.
What about you, Kelley?
So I've got some throwbacks.
Okay, I love a throwback.
And there's two. My first recommendation is "Last Dance" by Donna Summer.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That song makes me want to watch Charlie's Angels.
Oh yeah, I feel that. Beautiful song, great disco vibes.
Love disco.
Listen to it. And my second one is "I Need Your Lovin'" by Tina Marie.
I think I know that song. I just can't get the melody right now. I'm trying to think of it.
Yeah. You definitely know the song. If you don't, then I might be a little sad.
Trying to think of the melody.
I need your lovin'.
Yes, I know that song.
Yes. Really good song. I'm educating all of you. Listen to them, please.
I love how we both had throwback songs. Love
that.
Yes,
and we didn't even coordinate.
We did it. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. We have a Twitter and Instagram. They're both at SYTYI Podcasts. Don't forget to send us your movie requests or your movie stories at our email, sytyiipodcast@gmail.com. Mariah Carey, if you're listening, write a song about me. You don't know me, but write a song about me.
Yes. Yeah, I want the same feeling that you had when you wrote those songs for Derek Jeter. I want the same.
Have you and Derek spoken since then?
Right. Have y'all discussed this?
Yeah. I know you're dating someone, and I think he's married. I don't know. Let us know, Mariah.
Yeah, let us know, Mariah. Thank you.
Also, if you were at that game when they were filming this, what was it like?
Yeah, were you annoyed that there was a camera crew there and Taylor Lautner while you were just trying to enjoy your Pirates game?
Yeah, you're trying to enjoy.
Mets, depending on what side you were on.
Yeah, you're trying to watch the game, and then like Taylor Lautner's like pushing you.
Yeah.
Well,
and you're John, like now in a movie somewhere.
Well, John Singleton is chasing behind him with a camera.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, wait, is that John Singleton?
Is that John Singleton? Is that Taylor Lautner?
Yeah, exactly.
Let us know.
Please.
Yeah, our email is sytyiipodcast@gmail.com. Let us know. Mm-hmm. Also share us with your friends and family. Mm-hmm. Subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Google Podcasts, all of those places.
Yeah.
And don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Continue to wear your mask. Wash your hands. On Tuesday, when we're recording this, on Tuesday is, voting day here in California. I'm very scared.
Oh yeah.
I'm very scared. I get very scared the older I get. I get more scared every time it's voting time. And it's not even like the big voting time. It's just like the primaries.
It's not even, yeah.
But I turned in my ballot. Yay. Everyone.
I like to wait till the last minute because I procrastinate.
I don't know how you could procrastinate. Like literally they send the ballot to your house.
I know.
Just fill it out and drop it off in a mailbox. But yeah. Stay iconic.
Stay iconic, y'all.
Bye.